This is the Business Leadership Series Minute with your host, the best-selling author of Don't Buy a Duck and founder of MarketingStrategyHero.com, Derek Champagne.
I'm excited about our guest today, a former music executive who launched his own Nashville-based ticketing company, Project Admission. Stephen, thanks for joining us today.
Hey, Derek, thanks for having me.
Stephen Glicken, you have a company revitalizing the way that music ticket industry is working. Been featured in Billboard, have teamed up with acts such as the Zach Brown Band. I'll let you talk about some of your background, but you've worked with some really cool artists, Paul McCartney, Kenny Chesney, and then in the early days, some cool artists like P. Diddy, Tony Braxton, Ghostface Killah, Wu-Tang Clan. Very cool, diverse background. I love it. My favorite kind of story. So, hey, if you'll start us off, kind of talk to us, just let us get to know you. Our listeners like to know about the person, some of your background. Where'd you grow up? What got you in the music business? Let us hear just about you and your journey.
No problem. And yeah, definitely not been bored. I mean, you want to go deep? You want to go like background deep, like
Let's
origin? So
let's do it.
You know, I think I was one of those fortunate people that by the time I was 15, I played a show. I was like a freshman in high school, played a show as a drummer for a seniors party. And just playing that one show, it was kind of everything up until then. I could never kind of tell you, like, I could never answer that question, like, oh, what do you want to be when you grow up? Like, what's your favorite? I was like, I don't know. Like, I'm too young. How do I know what I want to do yet? Until that day when I played that first show. And then I knew from that moment that I wanted to be in definitely music, but entertainment for sure. And I basically, from then on, had kind of 100% focus on that. There was a very brief stint where I did a little sidetracked and studied potentially going down the path of astronomy and physics, and then realized to do that meant only doing that, so went right back to music. You know, I originally was a musician and decided very quickly that I did not want that to be my career. I decided that like really early on. And so I kind of saw the next step as getting into production. So I went to a school in Orlando called Full Sail in 1999, which at the time was a great school, but it's pretty small. I think it's gotten pretty big these days.
Right.
But from there, I put out the one and only resume I've ever put out in my entire career, which is BS resume because it was a college resume, and got a job at a studio in Miami called Circle House, which is owned by Inner Circle, the band, you know, Bad Boys, those guys. So, you know, came in there, was wrapping cables, was doing grunt work, and maybe a year into being there, Puff Daddy came down to do 5 records from conception to mastering. It was P. Diddy, The Saga Continues. It was Faith Evans, G-Dep, Carl Thomas, and 112. And it was 24-hour-a-day sessions, and I basically just slept at the studio. It's where I got my first credits, working with on the P. Diddy record. From there, basically everybody else in the studio, because of the grind, I guess that was the other engineers that were there, kind of left, and I ended up pretty quickly becoming, you know, kind of the head engineer there.
Derek Champagne here. I want to connect with you if you're listening to the Business Leadership Series. We can connect on LinkedIn or send me a message at derek@derekchampagne.com. I look forward to connecting.